So I am just going to give an update on how things are going out our way in the wake of Hurricane Fiona, given that Minister Anand was unable to make it. So just wanted to say, first of all, how heartened we are to see the Canadian Armed Forces rise to the challenge. Last week, Minister Anand was herself in Nova Scotia, speaking with people there and our armed forces personnel on the ground. Minister Hutchings and I were just 4 or 5 days in affected areas in southwestern Newfoundland just last week, and we saw firsthand the very positive impact the Canadian Armed Forces are having on the ground there. Just as a status update, so just going through the provinces in Nova Scotia, the Canadian Armed Forces has been helping the province with equipment and personnel, and over the weekend we deployed an additional 200 Canadian Armed Forces personnel on top of about 350 troops that are already there. They were clearing tree damage, removing roadway debris, and reconnecting transport routes to isolated communities. They will also help clear debris around properties as they try and restore power to those communities. In Prince Edward Island, Canadian Armed Forces continuing to clear debris from roadways. They're restoring some crucial power grids there, working with the province on that. And in Newfoundland and Labrador, the Canadian Armed Forces still providing on-the-ground support in land and water debris removal. They're conducting physical impact assessments. Canadian Rangers, who we met there in Port aux Basques and the vicinity, and they've completed over 900 wellness checks, in addition to those completed by HMCS Margaret Brooke. I'm just going to let Minister Hutchings, maybe this is her riding in Newfoundland and Labrador, let her speak to that.
Friends, thanks so much for coming. And look, I want to give a shout out to all your colleagues that were on the ground in all throughout Eastern Canada, and especially my riding down in Long Range Mountains in Port aux Basques and the areas that were impacted. They did a great job of portraying it, but there's nothing like seeing it on the ground, the damage that was done. As Minister O'Regan said, to see the green trucks and to see the armed forces on the ground makes everybody feel a little better. But again, a shout out to the volunteers, to the volunteer community leaders, to the Rangers, and to the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, that are literally on the ground getting things done. It's a long road to recovery. I think I said last week, to put it in perspective for you, the damage that Port aux Basques has felt would be the same as the City of Ottawa losing 25,000 homes. So you have all those people displaced now. Some are looking to go move with other family and friends in the area or throughout the province, but the town has a yeoman's task of rebuilding not only homes, but of course the physical infrastructure, the water, the wastewater, roads, telecommunication systems. They've been very hard hit. But they are like all Eastern Canadians and Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, everybody's coming together. So if you have any questions, we'd love to take them.
So it's going to be a long road. How long will the military still be deployed on the East Coast to deal with this in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland? I know you can't give an exact day of when their job will be over, but are we talking days, weeks, more?
Oh, my friend, it's going to be weeks. As you know, the request for assistance, the RFA, comes from each province to Minister Anand, and she reacted quickly to get them out on the ground. But as long as there's work to be done, they will be there. I know in Port aux Basques on the weekend, they were assisting. There's still many infrastructure that needs to be tested, so they've gone around with engineers, and some of their own engineers, with health and wellness workers. You know, there are homes backed up with sewerage. There's electrical issues. They're going into homes that may look okay on the outside, but they're doing yeoman's work in making sure that these homes are or not safe to go back in. They'll be there as long as they're needed.
I can speak to it. So we have requests for assistance that have been extended now to October 7th for all 3 of the affected provinces. But you know, it's also, as Gudie alluded to, it's also just the. I had a fella stop me on the ferry from Burgeo to Ramia, who said to me, "By the way, I got to tell you, at 8:30 in the morning, I got a knock on my door from the Canadian Armed Forces asking me how I was doing." I wasn't sure how he was going to end that sentence. And he looked at me and he said, "I can't tell you how much that meant to me, just to know that people were looking out for us."
Yeah. They're remote and rural communities. Ramie is a population of 300. Burnt Islands is probably 500. Isle of Mort's 200. Port aux Basques is a little bigger, 4,000, but these are small rural communities, and to have people knocking on their doors and have people come up and sit and listen meant a great deal, and we'll be there for them. The Prime Minister said it, we've said it, we'll continue to say it. We'll be there working hand in hand with the province until these communities get built back.
Thanks all.
Great.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Have a great day.